So I have touched upon a really hot topic. I've been getting a lot of messages and people reaching out to me about boundaries and limits. And I just kind of put myself back into that place where I remember myself years ago, I didn't have that clarity. So I know a lot of you are online and you hear those words, right? Crystal clear, vision, clarity, and we get a sense of what it means, but then we don't really go deeper into it, what it actually does mean and what it does for us in our lives. So, it is so important to have crystal clear understanding around these tools that we use to improve our lives, in whatever area that is for you, right? If that's what you were trying to get on the online business, you want to make some extra income, you want to improve that love with your partner, or find that amazing partner that you're looking for, your health. And so this is really, really important because we weren't brought up to actually create those limits and boundaries. It's a lot about what from my experiences when I was growing up, it's just giving, and that you're a good person, right? If you would say no, it's like you weren't a good person, right? And especially when you become a mother, there is this really high pressure in society, in certain cultures. I know for myself as well, from my own experience, that when you're a mother, you just give, be available, and you're doing a great job. But you end up losing yourself along that journey. And so for myself, I did lose myself along that journey. And it took me a long time to actually figure it out. But it took me a long time because I was trying to figure it out on my own, from my own perspective, as in I didn't have any new tools, I didn't have any new ideas, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I just kept on going back to what I knew. So it took me a long time to figure out that to have a different life, a higher quality of life, something that's different, you have to approach it differently. There is no way that you can change what you're trying to change in your life or achieve what you're trying to achieve if it's coming from the same point. So saying that is, to obtain that, I had to create these boundaries and limits, and I had no idea what they were. Like, I knew the words, but I didn't actually knew the meanings. I was mixing them up. So I thought it was just the same thing. They are very similar. But there is like a distinct difference between them. So if you haven't seen my video, my reel that I put up, it's just really simple explanation. It's just so simple, and you can understand exactly where the fine line is between the two. And so saying this is, I was starting to create a routine and these limits and boundaries, which I thought I was doing, that I was trying to align with what I was trying to achieve in my life. And I was getting so frustrated because it wasn't working. And it wasn't working because it wasn't aligned, because I really didn't actually have an understanding about limits and boundaries. I didn't have that crystal clear understanding. So I was just creating these 2-3 things that I thought it was just going to work. And it was bringing me into another direction. When I decided to stop doing things on my own and to actually be guided by a coach, by a person that went through the same journey that I went in, that what I was looking for, everything changed the perspective. Because you get new ideas, you get the explanations, you get the accountability, you keep the momentum going. And what was more important to me is that explanation. Having a new insight, a perspective, a light shed on this journey in a different way. And so I really didn't know what boundaries and limits were. And this popped up because I had talked about this in a post the other day, and there was a comment in there that I didn't know there was a difference. And it reminded me of what I went through when I found out that there actually was a difference. And so this may be happening to you too. That, you know, you're reading the books, you're listening to the podcasts, you're engaged in webinars and master classes or whatever that is, and you're trying to create this, whatever you're trying to create for yourself, this abundance, this life balance, more happiness, health, whatever that is, and it's not working because you're not getting the clarity on certain tools that you're using to create that. So what happens is you are moving forward, but you're not moving in the right direction for you. So it's very, very important to get a crystal clear understanding on the tools that you're using and how you're applying them to achieve what you want to achieve in your life.